Peppa Pig Canal Boat. Today, Peppa and George are visiting the dog family to celebrate Captain Dog's birthday.
Hooray!
His cake has a sailing boat decoration on it.
Wow.
Open your present, says Mummy Dog. It's a boat trip, says Captain Dog. That's just what I wanted. Captain Dog puts on his captain's hat and daydreams about their trip. You can go anywhere you want with a sailing boat, says Captain Dog. He imagines sailing to a beautiful tropical island. Then Captain Dog imagines spotting a big blue whale from his sailing boat. He can't wait for the adventure to begin.
Wow!
All aboard! Cries Captain Dog. He tries to raise the sail, but he can't see it anywhere. Canal boats do not have sails. Just push the button to make it start, says Mummy Dog. Oh, I see. Off we go, says Captain Dog. Captain Dog decides to go faster. You should slow down, says Mummy Dog. They are getting close to a mountain. Look out, shouts Peppa. We're going to crash. No, we're going into the tunnel, says Mummy Dog calmly. It is exciting inside the tunnel.
Wow!
It's gone all dark, gasped Danny. And our voices sound funny, says Peppa. This canal boat is fun after all, says Captain Dog. Soon they approach a second mountain. There must be another tunnel, says Captain Dog. Actually, we're going over it this time, says Mummy Dog. We call this a lock. Carefully, Captain Dog stops the boat. Watch, I'll show you, says Mummy Dog. She opens up the gates to the lock. And Captain Dog drives the boat in. Then Mummy Dog closes the lock gates and lets the water pour in slowly from the other side. We're going up, gasped Peppa. The boat is lifted up as the lock fills with water. Mummy Dog opens the gates and Captain Dog drives the boat out of the lock. We're in the sky, shouts Peppa. We're sailing over a bridge, says Danny.
Wow!
I've sailed through the mountains and across the sky, says Captain Dog. This is my best birthday ever. The end. Peppa Pig. Bubbles. Peppa and George are drinking orange juice. Look at all the tiny bubbles, says Peppa. Peppa wants to make bigger bubbles.
Wow!
Peppa and George blow through their straws. Bubble, says George. Peppa and George go into the garden to blow more bubbles. Dip the stick in the bubble mixture, Peppa tells George. Now take a big breath and blow. Peppa blows a big bubble.
Wow!
Next it's George's turn. But he doesn't have enough breath to blow bubbles. Lift the stick and wave it around, says Mummy Pig. Bubble, says George. Now George can make bubbles too. Making bubbles is even more fun if you run along, says Daddy Pig. George runs, waving the wand to make a stream of bubbles. Wait for me, calls Peppa, chasing him. George is having fun making bubbles, and Peppa is having fun popping them. I love bubbles, cries Peppa. Peppa and George want to play with bubbles all day. Oh no, Peppa gasps. There's no more bubble mixture.
Oh no!
I have an idea, says Daddy Pig. Mummy Pig, please bring me a bucket. Peppa, please bring me some washing up liquid. And George, please bring me my old tennis racket. Mummy Pig, Peppa and George give everything to Daddy Pig.
Wow!
Daddy Pig fills the bucket with water, then he adds the washing up liquid. Daddy Pig has made his own bubble mixture. Daddy Pig uses the racket as a giant bubble wand.
Wow!
Come on everyone, Daddy Pig cries. Daddy Pig is making lots of bubbles as he runs.
Hooray!
Don't slip and fall, shouts Mummy Pig. I'll be fine, says Daddy Pig. But he is running very fast. Oh no! Daddy Pig has fallen over. Are you all right, Daddy Pig? asked Mummy Pig. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. But I've spilt all my bubble mixture. I think it's gone up my nose, says Daddy Pig. The bubble mixture makes Daddy Pig sneeze. Daddy, you've made the biggest bubble ever, cries Peppa.
Wow!
Wow, says everyone. But without the bubble mixture, we can't make any more bubbles, says Peppa sadly. I have an idea, says Mummy Pig. The spilt mixture has made a muddy puddle for us to jump in. The puddle is all bubbly, gasped Peppa. Everyone loves jumping up and down in muddy, bubbly puddles. The end. Learn with Peppa Pig. Level 4, The Dream Team. Today Peppa Pig and Susie Sheep are playing Snap. It started well, but they have begun to argue. I said Snap first. No, I did. Peppa drops all her blue cards. I'm not playing, you cheated. Susie shouts, that's not true. Peppa and Susie continue to argue. They are shouting louder and louder.
Oh no!
When Mummy Sheep comes to collect Susie, the girls are not speaking. Susie cries, Peppa is mean. Peppa replies, Susie is annoying. The next day, Peppa plays by herself. She spies Candy Cat and Emily Elephant playing as a pair. Peppa feels sad that she argued with Susie. Susie is playing by herself at the playground too. When she sees Rebecca Rabbit and Zoe Zebra playing, she misses Peppa. Daddy Pig tells the girls to gather round. Have you tried to play as a team? No, but that way might be fun. We might enjoy it. They each have a club. Peppa is the first member of the team to play. Her shot reaches the flag.
Wow.
Susie cries, "Hooray, neat shot, Peppa!" Peppa taps it in. They leap with joy. "We are the best team ever!" grins Peppa. The girls hear a round of clapping. "Go, Peppa and Susie!" "We play better as a team." Daddy Pig is proud of himself for helping the girls too. "I can train you on tennis next." Susie shouts, "The dream team will continue after treats." The end. Peppa Pig, safety first. Today is a very fun day at Peppa's school. The police are visiting.
Wow.
"They will teach us about safety," says Madame Gazelle.
Hooray!
The students go outside to wait for the police to arrive. The children make noises like a police siren. "Nina, Nina," says Freddy Fox. They hear a real siren. A police car arrives. "I am Police Officer Squirrel," says one police officer. "And I am Police Officer Panda," says the other. The officers are here to teach the children about bike safety. Peppa and her friends ride all over the schoolyard. "Well done," says Officer Panda. Next, the children practice ringing their bells and honking their horns. Peppa is good at ringing her bell, but Pedro Pony is the loudest of all. It is time to practice braking. Officer Panda goes to the bottom of the hill. Peppa and her friends race down the hill. At the bottom, they use their brakes to stop. "Very good, everyone," says Officer Panda. Madame Gazelle rides down the hill next. "Whee!" she cheers. She rings her bell and uses her brakes. "Well done," says Officer Panda. Peppa and her friends clap.
Hooray!
The children learn it is a police officer's job to help others and keep them safe. Peppa Pig thinks being a police officer sounds very important. Freddy Fox does too. "I want to be a police officer," says Freddy Fox. "I like blowing whistles." "There is more to being a police officer than blowing whistles," says Officer Panda. "We must always keep our eyes and ears open," says Officer Panda. Then he walks into a tree. "Oh," he says, "who put that tree there?" "I will make a note," says Officer Squirrel. "Dangerous trees," she says as she writes. A police officer's work is never done. It is time to say goodbye. Peppa and her friends thank the officers for visiting. "Bye-bye," everyone says. Officer Squirrel and Officer Panda drive their police car back to the station. This time, they leave the siren off. They are not in a hurry. Peppa learned a lot today. Maybe when she grows up, she will help keep others safe too. The end. Peppa Pig, Peppa's baking competition. Miss Rabbit is having a baking competition, and Peppa is very excited.
Can we bake a special cake, please?
She asked Mummy and Daddy Pig.
Yes, of course, Peppa,
says Mummy Pig.
We can all bake a cake together.
George cheers.
Cake! Can we make a cake like this?
asked Peppa, pointing to the recipe book cover. That's a Victoria sponge, says Daddy Pig. It's a classic. Peppa and George have lots of fun making their Victoria sponge.
Spanky, spanky,
says George.
It looks nice,
says Peppa, looking at the cake.
but I'm not sure it's special enough. Miss Rabbit loves carrots. Maybe we should make a carrot cake,
says Peppa. Great idea, says Mummy Pig. So they bake a lovely sweet carrot cake.
It looks tasty,
says Peppa, looking at the carrot cake.
but I wonder if a chocolate cake might be even more special.
You can't go wrong with a chocolate cake, Peppa, says Daddy Pig. Why's that, Daddy Pig? asked Mummy Pig. Because it's made of yummy chocolate, of course, replies Daddy Pig. So Peppa and her family set to work and bake a yummy chocolate cake.
Hooray!
Soon the chocolate cake is ready,
Wow!
They all look so special.
says Peppa.
I don't know which one to choose for the competition.
Then Peppa has a brilliant idea. She puts the cakes on top of each other. Then she covers the whole cake and the kitchen in rainbow sparkles.
It's my special giant sprinkle cake,
Peppa announces proudly.
It's got sponge chocolate and carrot cake all together.
Now that looks really, really special, Peppa, says Mummy Pig, smiling. When they get to the competition, Peppa sees her friends, Susie Sheep, Danny Dog, and Emily Elephant. They have made cakes too. Miss Rabbit spends a long time deciding. Finally, she makes an announcement.
Hooray!
The winner of my baking competition is Peppa and George's special giant sprinkle cake.
Everyone cheers. Hooray!
Thank you, Miss Rabbit,
says Peppa.
What's my prize? A piece of delicious cake,
says Miss Rabbit. Peppa loves cake. Everyone loves cake. The end. Peppa and the Big Train. Today, Peppa and her friends are going on a train ride together. Hooray! They all cheer excitedly. Mr. Rabbit is the station master. He checks all the tickets. Tickets, please. Chug, chug, choo, choo, toot, toot. Miss Rabbit is driving the train.
Here comes the big train.
Cheers, Peppa. All aboard, says Mr. Rabbit. Then he waves a flag and blows his whistle. The doors shut, clank, clank, and the train leaves. Chugga, 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 chugga. Here are your activity sheets, says Madame Gazelle. You have to spot a boat, a red light, and a tunnel on the train ride.
I see some trees.
shouts Peppa. Are trees on the list? Asks Emily Elephant. No, replies Peppa. I see clouds, cheers Susie Sheep. Are clouds on the list? Asks Candy Cat. No, replies Susie. I see Grandad Dog, shouts Peppa. Is Grandad Dog on the list? Grandad Dog isn't on it, laughs Danny Dog. But he is sailing a boat, says Rebecca Rabbit. And the boat is on the list, adds Zoe Zebra. Hooray! Everyone cheers. Clickety-clack, the train rides on the track, sing the children. Suddenly the train screeches to a halt.
Bonk, bonk.
The ducks cross the track. A red light, cries Peppa. That's on our list. Oh, sighs Emily Elephant. We still haven't seen a tunnel. Just then, the train goes dark. We're in a tunnel, cries Susie Sheep. Hooray! Cheer all their friends. The tunnel is the last thing on their sheets. Last stop, cries Miss Rabbit. Everybody off. But how are we getting home? Asks Peppa. We are home, Peppa, says Madame Gazelle. The children were so busy spotting things, they didn't notice that the great big train had gone in a great big circle. The end. Peppa Pig School Project. It is the end of the day at Peppa's playgroup. For your school project, I want you to go home and make a castle, says Madame Gazelle. Use your imagination and make it big and fantastic. Can we use glitter? Asked Susie Sheep. Not too much glitter, it gets everywhere, says Madame Gazelle. The next morning, Peppa is eating breakfast. I'm doing a school project, says Peppa. I need to make a castle. Stick these yogurt pots on this cereal box, says Daddy Pig. No, Daddy, it has to be good, says Peppa. I see, replies Daddy Pig. Over at Susie's house, Susie and Mummy Sheep are looking at the computer. Are you sure Madame Gazelle told you to make a real fairy palace? Asks Mummy Sheep. Yes, says Susie, with all the little fiddly bits. Right, says Mummy Sheep. I think I'll stay at home today. Back at Peppa's house, Peppa draws a picture of the castle she wants to make. But it needs to be big enough for me to live in, says Peppa. We need to find a big cardboard box then, says Mummy Pig. Just then, the doorbell rings. Ding dong. Mr. Zebra is at the door with a delivery. It's just a light bulb, says Daddy Pig, opening up the big box. Why do they use so much packaging? Shall I take the box away? asks Mr. Zebra. No, shouts Peppa. We need it for my project. After Mr. Zebra leaves, Mommy and Daddy Pig start making Peppa's castle.
Wow.
Peppa calls Susie on the phone.
How is your school project going?
Asks Peppa.
It's going very well,
Says Susie. Mammy Sheep puts a tower on the palace.
It needs to be more pointy,
Says Susie.
How is your castle going?
Asks Susie.
It's hard work, says Peppa, but Mammy and Daddy are helping a teeny tiny bit.
What do you think of this tower, Peppa? Asks Daddy Pig.
It looks a bit cardboardy,
Says Peppa.
I need to get on with my work now. Goodbye, Susie.
Daddy Pig has painted Peppa's castle so it doesn't look so cardboardy anymore. Says Peppa.
It just needs one more thing. Glitter.
No, not glitter, replies Daddy Pig. The next morning, Peppa and her friends have brought their castles to playgroup. Susie's fairy palace is very glittery. Wendy Wolf's castle is very glittery. Candy Cat's castle is very glittery. Emily Elephant's castle is very glittery.
My castle is made out of a cardboard box and lots of glitter,
Says Peppa.
It is a very fine castle,
Says Madame Gazelle.
and so sparkly.
Now Madame Gazelle is very glittery. Peppa is very glittery. Even Mummy Pig is very glittery. Everyone is very glittery.
Wow.
Isn't it wonderful what children can make using just their imaginations?
Says Madame Gazelle.
And my castle is big enough for me to live in.
Says Peppa.
Hooray!
Peppa loves school projects. Everyone loves school projects, especially glittery ones. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.